Yeah, back to work, back to school, coming off of our Labor Day weekend, but I tell you what, it has absolutely been beautiful. And if you're a fan of some mild September temperatures, we're going to be in luck here for the next several days. There's a live look outside of 7th and Rangeline. It has been a bustling, everybody trying to make up for having several days off there, and as we sit at a very comfortable 88 degrees. You'll notice no difference there in between the temperature and what it feels like. We'll dive into the wind here in just a little bit. Did want to point out that it was 10 years ago on the day that we set a record low on our daily almanac. It dropped down to 44 degrees. You know, oftentimes we're talking about, wow, look at that record high and whatnot. I thought that was something else. Can you imagine? I don't remember. I was here. I was right here at the station. I do not remember it only being 44 degrees in 2011. Here's our temperatures. We are seeing as high as 90 out in Sedan. Compare that to the mid 80s that we have in Monette, Cassville, Miami, and in Pittsburgh. Now, a couple things at play here. Number one, we talked about that wind that we saw at 20 miles per hour over 7th and Rangeline. And so we're gusting right now about 25, even close to 30 miles per hour as it works in from the southwest. Now, normally that would mean much warmer temperatures, especially when we talk about a good old-fashioned heat index. But look at our humidity. Dropping down close to 40% there in Joplin, 52% in Monette. And so that's why we really, the difference is negligible, very, very dry Midwest for the most part. Now, counterintuitive, we can talk about how dry it is all the way to a flood warning, but the Little Osage is still under a flood warning in Vernon County until Friday morning. It should crest later on this afternoon, and then the waters begin to recede. But the nice thing is we have seen this really, really shorten up. It was a very long flood warning even as early as yesterday there from east to west. So we just have a little portion of the river at the gauge near Horton is exactly where that is. Haven't had any cloud cover develop as of yet, and here's why. That lighter color indicating a high pressure system, but as you look at that Wichita to Kansas City line, that's right in the middle of a low pressure that is beginning to work down, and it also won't come, well, it didn't plan on going to the 7-day as of yet. That seemed a little presumptuous there, Mother Nature. But that line from Wichita to Kansas City, also exactly where we're starting to see the jet stream begin to push down some cooler temperatures from the upper plains. Now, before we get back to the contiguous 48, we do need to check on Hurricane Larry, still a Category 3 right now. Still about 1,700 miles off the Florida coast, and hopefully we can keep her out there. Will give some tidal concerns for the Mid-Atlantic and the East Coast here by the end of the week. But all things compared to where Ida hit, let's call that a winner for the time being. Now let's go back to the old 48 because we will find ourselves popping up just a little bit on the severe thunderstorm risk map. And as we zoom in right here, you can see that that band does increase as we work down to the southwest just a little bit. And that's a result of that cold front that's beginning to collapse upon us. Before we get there, plenty of sunshine for the afternoon hours. Don't worry about the rain. It really won't emerge until later tonight into tomorrow morning. And then overnight, temperatures dropping back down to the 60s. Not going to be surprised if we don't wake up tomorrow with some 50s on the board as well, because as this front collapses down on us, biggest threat's going to be some high wind, especially down to the south. Remember, this is the band that we were talking about. This area right in here is where we're looking at the threat of some high winds. Really doesn't look like we'll have any flooding concerns. We'll see some heavy rain, but it's not going to be prolonged enough to actually make a difference flooding-wise. And then as that thing breaks down on us, Tanya, we're only talking about highs in the mid-80s on Wednesday and Thursday. But then right on cue, Friday, we're going to jump back into the 90s. And I tell you what, we got a couple days next week. We're talking about abnormally hot. I'm not even going to call those warm.
Well, yeah.
Good looking middle of the week, though. Good looking.
I don't know why you just don't put hot. You're looking for a word that's stronger than hot for Monday. I know that.
That's just going to be straight steamy is what that's going to be.
For sure.
Right.
All right. Thanks, Michael.